At the start of episode 3, we as the audience see Prismo in the time room rewinding to one of Jake and Finn's adventures. He's missing Jake, which is expected since these two became pretty good friends. But there's something I think Prismo is hiding, something that he might have been hiding for centuries, something that just might change Adventure Time forever. Let me explain.
The Big Dipper.
It's been confirmed by Finn himself that Jake is dead, and from the Adventure Time series we know that Prismo, although he can grant wishes, he's still limited. We know that, for example, Prismo failed to bring back Betty. That's why in Fionna and Cake, Simon has been trying to bring her back himself. Prismo's cosmic powers are bound by certain laws. Another example of this is how when Magic Man asked for him to bring someone else, he clearly failed. Later on in the episode, it's revealed that Prismo is somewhat depressed. He's been in the time room for so long granting people wishes that he doesn't find it fun anymore. It doesn't excite him. This will play a huge role later on. During the 4th episode, there's a huge revelation, that being that Fionna and Cake are actually real. Now all along we thought they were figments of Ice King's imagination. Well, that's been proven wrong. So it turns out Prismo became bored. He really liked Finn and Jake, so what did he decide to do? He made gender swapped versions of them in an entirely different universe, and he hid them all this time. He did this by saying they're fictional characters in Ice King's head, and since Ice King was nuts, nobody batted an eye. The reason Prismo did this is because it's breaking cosmic laws. He's not allowed to make a universe or alter a timeline unless it's a genuine mistake. And by genuine mistake I mean, let's say he grants someone a wish and then there's a huge multiverse shift. So what I'm trying to get at here, by this logic I'm starting to think maybe Prismo has been playing God and doing some more things that are against the cosmic laws. Perhaps he couldn't bring back Betty at the time when Simon asked due to the fact that she was bound to Glob or something along those lines. But what if, just what if Jake is still alive? He has to be alive in a completely different universe, right? The fact that we saw another version of Finn in a completely different universe years ago is my reasoning behind this. A Finn that stopped the Mushroom War from happening. What if Prismo's newfound depression is a result of him knowing he messed up? He messed up big time. It's no secret that Jake is probably one of his best friends in the entire land of Ooo. Who's to say that he didn't create an entirely different universe where him and Finn still have adventures together? I know what some of you are thinking. Prismo can't bring back the dead. Sometimes even fails to make wishes come true since they're out of his control. Fair enough, but think about it like this. Prismo was able to sneak and create an entirely different universe and cloak it as Ice King's nutty imagination for years on end. What else has Prismo been doing? We don't know. Prismo also happened to do something very interesting when Cake first appeared. We know from Adventure Time Prismo has the ability to warp and manipulate materialistic objects. But now we're seeing him alter an actual being. He changes Cake's voice, he makes her look completely different physically too. On top of this, he gives her the ability to stretch. The reason he did all this is because in the universe he created, that's how she looked like and that's what she was capable of doing. Take a note here, Cake never asked for these things to be done to her. Prismo did this because he can and because he wanted to. What else is Prismo doing? I know what some of you are thinking. Prismo would never do this, he fears his boss. Ever since we were introduced to Prismo in Adventure Time, many people have been left wondering, who is this dude's boss? Because every time something in the multiverse goes haywire, he enters panic mode. Maybe it's all a facade. Maybe Prismo has now reached a level more powerful than his boss. He's just buying time to reveal some grand plan. I don't know, it could be a stretch, but all of this does make you wonder, is Jake still alive? Somewhere in the multiverse? And also, what else has Prismo been hiding for all these years?